Hello and welcome to Final Boss Fight. My name is Jeff, and once again I am the keeper of arcane lore for Horror on the Orient Express. I am joined tonight by our erstwhile group of investigators slash crusaders. I am joined by Christy.
Hello.
I'm joined by Brian Croy Dragon.
Hello, welcome to the Christmas special.
Not quite. Oh, I knew there was something I was supposed to be doing. Joined by Robin.
Hi.
Joined by Sarah.
Hi. Very festive. Already eaten mince pies. And
Mhm.
sang 13 seasonal songs.
Wow. Was one of them last Christmas?
Nope.
So you haven't self-whammed yet?
I have not self-whammed in any way. That doesn't count. And also, no one else acknowledged any of our songs as Christmas ones because it was Hail, Smile and Mourn, Gloucester Wassail, and 2 versions of The Wren.
So
And you don't know what any of those are.
I know some of them.
Do you? Do you know The Wren?
I know the Wassail one. Is that the one? Here we go, wassailing.
No, it's Wassail, Wassail all over the town.
That's what the stream is now. Just like Sarah singing songs on this.
Folk carols. Solo has been folk carol gig. Woo.
And we last but by no means least, we are joined by the Dark Lord Richard.
Hello.
Richard, what festive song are you going to sing?
I'm not big on Christmas songs. So none.
You can sing All I Want for Christmas is Truth. That's good. Or some Bob Burger songs.
Oh my god, I'll learn some Bob Burger songs for next time.
What is all I want for Christmas is me 2 front teeth.
Lights shining on. That's a good Christmas song. That's a good episode.
We've had Christmas songs all the way through November, so I am currently going mad.
Yeah, I feel that. Feel that.
6 hours a day, 3
Yep.
CDs.
Anyway, we are here to hopefully conclude our Crusader chapter of Horror on the Orient Express. So, Robin, take it away with the recap.
Page of my notes. So we're in a church that will be going on the 2nd of November. And Andre is outside and he sees Venetian knights and robed figures surrounding the church. Before entering down the cistern, he finds another entrance and meets the party in the kind of basement of the church. And they alert a dragon that is hiding there and end up killing it in their search of the grave, was it?
Search of the church itself.
Yes, the church itself. For some reason I had it in my head we're going to a grave to search for things, but never mind. We found some paper. Oh God, I'm trying to read my own writing here.
Can you just tell me what you told people for?
True. And we found a ritual, which was to locate the Seda car, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And Brother David found a case which he kind of stowed away and didn't tell anyone about. Outside, once they've escaped, they find some. I've got body-faced soldiers here. Apparently, the Greeks are picking them off one by one, and they think Baldwin, our employee, and the Doge have something happening. Apparently, a devil took the soldiers' friends and flew away. And as these soldiers are leaving, they drop a piece of skin with a 5 pointed whip design on it. Brother David then reads the ritual and finds that his eye is burning. After deciding the course of action, Andre Renault and Martinus, sorry, go see Baldwin and give evidence of the cult activity, and it's the cult of the unburdened flesh. And they also warn him of the Mother of Pearl, which is Sedefkar. David goes to Merivak, and gets some medicine for his eye, and gives the ritual scroll, which Merivak has all the ingredients of, apart from the fresh skin. What with it being a leper colony, there's not really any fresh skin about. So David flays his own finger to provide skin. They during the ritual, they find a red brick tower near the Venetian camp, and see a figure looking back out at them through a window. And Merivak says he's watching us now. There is. They then open the little chest that David had stored away, and some sort of skin monster leaps out and tries to attack them, but Merivak gets rid of that very quickly. The group meets up again, and some kind of weird skin bat humanoid creatures kind of attack us. And as they get killed, we then approach the red tower scene in the ritual, and Brother David's eye explodes, and he thinks he feels someone watching the group from through this bloodied eye socket. So he bandages that up, covering it, and outside of the tower they see some Venetian captain surrounded by robed figures that enter the tower. And I believe that was everything.
That was it. Just a reminder, the Venetian captain you saw was Captain Ramadi, who you would have seen with the Venetian forces. So, as we begin the session tonight, you find yourselves outside this tower, and I'm going to move us straight to a map.
Do love a good battle map.
Oh yes. The door is closed in front of you. It's this sturdy wooden door. As I say, the red tower is called the red tower because of the unnatural red brickwork that it's made of. And so the door is in front of you. What do you wish to do? Who is going in first?
Not Eloise.
I was going to say, I think Brother David would be recovering from his eye exploding still.
Could Renault charge at the door with his lance on his horse and just try and batter it in?
Yeah, why not? Make me a strength roll. No, make me a lance roll with a bonus die for that.
Yeah. I want to keep using this lance. I like it.
It's been effective.
Yeah, it's been effective.
Yeah, we'll bring it back to when we're back in the 20s.
I think it would.
Sorry?
I think it would suit having a lance.
I think it would entirely.
You charge straight at the door on your horseback, and the door just does not even last a moment against the power of your lance and the weight of the horse behind it. It just crashes straight through. However, can you make me a luck roll as you suddenly realise the door is not tall enough to accommodate your horse and you?
Well, mate, my plan wasn't to ride in, but I take it as a fair point that
because you're now built up steam.
Yeah,
it's
you can't just stop.
You can't just stop with it. Give me a luck roll.
Oh, I've got bad luck.
You still managed it though. You managed to scare your horse to a stop just in time before you smack your head on the on the stonework above the door.
I think, especially after last session where I was getting all those demons with my lance, I think this guy's very good at jousting. I think that's just what he does. That's his thing.
That's great. So, just to say the way this is going to work, as you progress through the tower, I'm not going to ask for sanity rolls for every little thing. There's going to be like a combined sanity roll at the end. Just to let you know, that's what's going to happen. So, I'm going to just uncover the first floor of the tower, and I'm not going to move your characters in. You can, if you wish to move your characters in, you can do, but you'll get quite crowded in there. So I'm just going to do each floor as it comes. So the door is open, or what's left of the door is open before you. I take it with that, Renault is going to be the first one in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I can't ride my horse up the stairs.
No, you managed to get them up. You managed to get the door, and that's about as far as your horse can go.
Yeah, I don't think they can go downstairs. I think they're like cows. But the knees don't work that way.
What if we flood it and he swims up?
I'd be happy. Evidently, on horseback where I excel. So, I'm going to do all my persuasion rolls on the back of on a horse, with everything on a horse.
As I say, you have to leave your horse will have to be left outside now because it won't fit in there as well.
So I'll give it an apple. Do a good job. And then I'm going to be like in classic like Lancelot in Monty Python style. I'm just going to start charging up the stairs.
Okay, I'm going to switch the Syrinscape on for the red tower. As you enter the remains of the door, you are in quite a large octagonal room, possibly about, we'll say 30 feet across. And as you look at the floor, you see there are these, what look like old remains. There's bits of bone, there's bits of rag, probably the odd blood stain here. And in one corner you see stairs leading up, but as you enter and walk through this floor, you do feel your foot making crack, crack, crack noises as you're treading on the old bones. I'm going to turn that down slightly so I can hear myself.
What about the Syrinscape bit?
And as you walk in, you can see they look like, the clothing looks like combination of citizens, Greek citizens, some Venetian soldiers, maybe some Frankish soldiers, but they've been here a long time.
When you say a long time,
We're probably talking. I think we're talking months rather than probably like months, or because the attack on Constantinople has been going on for a while now. So it's probably since the beginning of the attack on Constantinople.
Right. Okay. Not terribly bothered about the Greeks, not terribly bothered about the Venetians. I'm very sad about any Franks who've been killed for this.
Could I get a marching order as you're going through? So put Renault in first. Who would be next?
I'll go next.
Martinus.
I'll go in the middle.
Brother,
He's just going to go in the middle as well.
Brother David and Andre bringing up the rear, valiantly bringing up the rear. So, as I say, that is what you see on the first floor. You don't see any signs of movement here, but I will say that the room is dark. There's you can see slots for torches, brackets for torches on the wall, but there are no torches in them. So, any light currently is coming from the street outside.
Because they could have light a torch, but I suppose I've got a shield in one hand, a sword in the other.
You could have it in your teeth.
Seems a bad idea.
Put your sword in your teeth.
Is anyone who's got one hand free to be, managing stuff?
Eloise can carry a torch.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Eloise.
Okay. So, would you like to remain on this floor, or would you like to move on to the next floor?
You said there was aside from like bones and remains, there was nothing here. Is that right?
Nothing here that you can see. That as Eloise like moves the torch around, it's just like more old bones, more old rags, bits of rags.
And there's no like trap door or anything like that hiding away.
No.
Am I getting any sense of someone still watching through my eye at all?
Funnily enough, not really. The feeling that you had before seems to have gone, or whether that's just the adrenaline or like the pressure that's been on your mind lately. That just seems to have. You don't seem to notice that anymore.
I would also like to note that I had covered it up as well.
You did indeed, yes. Yeah.
I still think them in Bruges, and the character who loses an eye in the course of the film, and Ray Fiennes' treatment of that person when he meets them, and he's like, aye. So like, like very sensitive, undertaking there. Anyway, yes. So I'm happy just to head on to the next floor and kill some people.
Okay. Are you charging up the next floor, or are you taking a bit more of a measured approach?
I mean, I've charged here on a horse. Well, most of us are wearing like quite heavy armor, not very subtle. I think just, burst in, element of surprise as much as we can, overwhelm them. Yeah, just go for it.
Okay.
I will speak to you.
So, let's just uncover the next floor. So you make your way up to the second floor, and again there are more bodies on the floor here, but these are a lot fresher. They are a heck of a lot fresher, in fact. You recognise, as you look at these, they are wearing the same cloaks, the same hooded cloaks with the 5-point whip that you just saw downstairs, that you just saw enter the tower downstairs. But they're all on the floor, dead.
Like, what condition are they in? They're not bones at the moment. They're still
very much flesh, fleshy. But if you're looking at them, if you wish to examine them, can you make me either I'll give you a choice of spot hidden or medicine roll if you wish to look at the bodies.
Spot hidden is 25. Medicine is 50. Yes.
Go on it. You're looking at these bodies. You're making a look at these bodies, and Renault as well. You probably see this as well. You can see that they've been slashed with some sort of bladed weapon. But as you look at them, you realise there's no blood. You can see gouges in their clothes. You can see like where skin has been slashed, but there's no blood coming from these wounds.
Are they cauterized?
Is that a word that would be known at that time?
Well, I think maybe not that word, but the idea of I imagine if someone had to have their arm cut off, that's what they would do.
You would like try and burn it to stop the blood.
Yeah.
You don't see any marks of any sort of burning or treatment to that. You just see like clean strokes,
but no blood.
No blood.
Cauterize is a Middle English word borrowed from the Old French cauterizer from late Latin. Okay, that's enough. I looked it up.
But the idea of burning a wound to like staunch blood flow probably is known then, but you don't see any signs of that. You just see like knife. In fact, you see like one of them has had its arm chopped off, but there's literally no blood around the wound. There's bone, there's muscle, but there's no blood.
Would we get the feeling this was like before they got stabbed or they got killed, that they didn't have any blood within them? And
I mean, I'm just going to say there is a way to see if they still have blood in their bodies.
Well, I mean, I was very, very keen to like give them a bit of a stab.
Do you wanna do
Eloise
that?
would be happy to do that and have a cut and see what happens. That's well up her.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You come up to them and you make a slash across one of them, like a piece of flesh, and yeah, it oozes blood, as you would expect it to. Blood
Does it
comes
look
out.
normal blood as well? It's not black or anything weird like that?
No, it's normal red blood.
So, if whatever the method was done, whatever weapon or technique, that's why there's no blood. So, like, they killed people with a weapon that doesn't shed blood.
What devilry is this?
Well, I mean, isn't the thing in the Bible about you couldn't shed blood, like literally shed blood, not just like kill, but like there's a thing of like you shouldn't shed blood. That's why like they burned witches and that sort of thing.
Quite probably. I don't know.
And as you're looking around the room, like talking about looking around the room, you can see on the walls it looks like blood. There are blood stains on the walls, but they look like old blood stains, like the ones downstairs. And there seems to be text in Turkish and Arabic, like it's been scrawled on the wall in old dried blood. But the blood is not fresh enough to have come from these bodies.
I guess in Arabic. No, I don't have any of them.
I was going to say, I believe I know Arabic.
Do I know any of those? I assume I am poorly educated.
You know Greek and Italian.
Not a little. I don't know French.
Frankish. I could make an attempt at deciphering
Frankrish.
Arabic bits.
Okay, if you wish to do that, make an Arabic roll.
Nope.
You can't, whether it's because the blood is too faded or it's like dripped down before it dried off, you can't quite make it out what they're saying.
This is what people don't typically write things on walls in blood to convey messages, I think. It's a poor writing of
something about them petting their dog on a daily basis. That can't be right.
These people, do they look like Greek? Do they look Frankish? Do they look,
They look-
Turkish?
I would say they look Venetian. They look Venetian, and you are aware that the cult of the unburning flesh is a Venetian cult. In fact, though you got a spot hidden, you can see that where their cloaks have fallen away from, like someone's cloaks have fallen away from arm, you can see what a brand of the five-pointed whip.
Weirdo.
Can the others, Martinus, Brother David, and Andre, can you also make me spot hidden rolls, please?
Right.
Very
I
nice.
can't launch the
That's-
game at the minute.
Oh God.
Well, we'll press on for the moment then. Martinus, you're looking and you see one of these bodies has what looks like a band around its head, almost like an eye patch, similar to what Brother David is wearing. But as you look at it, it looks like there's an eyeball embedded in it.
Okay.
What do you wish to do? Do you wish to draw attention to this, or do you wish to...
Look here.
You look at this eye. This person is very dead, but this eye is on its blind, on it, what, like its eye patch. It's the same colour as Brother David's eye.
I was going to say, Brother David's going to freak out a bit at this and just smash the eyeball with his mace.
Can I take several steps back? Because I saw what happened the last time we had a weird eye. I don't want any part of that whatsoever.
Oh, that's
amazing. I was flash radius.
Yeah. You do that, and when you do that, you can feel the final bits of pain and pressure in your eye disappear.
He breathes a sigh of relief and sort of visibly relaxes a little bit.
You don't find...
Eloise have seen eyeballs be exploded, normal eyeballs damaged and things like that.
I don't think so. Probably not as a lady's maid. You're more used to the gentle art of stabbing between shoulder blades rather than...
Well, I was wondering more in the art of torture rather than anything else, but I will accept that.
It's up to you. You can do if you wish to. I don't...
Well, no, all I was wondering is, when it was smashed, did it look like an eyeball being smashed? Was it normal? There was nothing weird coming out of it?
As far as smashing an eyeball is normal, it looks normal. It probably looks like it's starting to rot, but apart from that, there's nothing... No black stuff coming out of it, no strange sigils coming out of it.
Cthulhu doesn't appear?
Cthulhu doesn't appear, no.
Sad times.
Well, I mean, it looks like there's nothing else. There's a few less people for us to kill. So that's good.
I'm suddenly feeling a little bit better. That pounding headache I've had's gone.
You'd asked, I would have given you some herbs for that.
I've already tried some stuff. It didn't work.
They say if you lose an eye, if your eye explodes, what you need is herbs. That's that's the thing. That's the thing for that.
I must admit, I think we go settle the score. What's that saying? An eye for an eye?
You've got your eye back.
Removes the eye patch. Not sure about that.
So, what do you wish to do?
Next floor?
Yeah.
Next floor? Okay.
I don't know if Renault has like a helm or anything like that.
Yeah.
What if there's some sort of visor or something sit down? Very protect my face.
Oh, brilliant. Going on to the next floor. This, if it was possible, is even worse. When you arrive on this floor, the first thing that catches you is the stench of rotting flesh, and you can hear the buzzing of flies. And as you look, you can see the remains of several human bodies hanging down from ropes from the ceiling. And as you look, you can see various viscera. Almost, if Maya were here and reading this, she'd be reminded of a certain incident on a train in another place, and various coils of viscera making this strange pattern, this strange circle, this strange sigil on the floor of the chamber.
Can we tell who these people were? Were they Venetians, Franks, Greeks?
I would say these probably look like Greeks, exclusively Greeks.
And when you say they're rotting and they're smelling, how long does it look like they've been here?
I would say probably weeks or months at the outside.
Okay. So longer than the ones on the floor below.
Yeah, but
probably less time than the ones on the floor below that.
Yes, that's correct.
Is it were these people tied to the ceiling? Is it possible to lower them, or would it just be a question of having to cut them down?
I think you probably see where the chains that are holding them up have been tied onto the wall, and it'd be like a pulley that's hanging them from the ceiling.
Well, I'd do the pulley just to bring them down, because it seems a bit undignified, a bit much.
Okay.
You said that there's sort of guts and viscera on the floor. Do these ones look sort of the same as the ones that we saw on the floor below? So it's very, very clean.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get that.
So, I know you said there was all the guts on the floor and everything like that in the same pattern. Does it look like they've been taken out of these people, first of all? I assumed yes, but...
Yes, that's a yes. Yep.
And is it the same type of thing as on the floor below? Is it the same very clean cuts without blood?
No, these were... This is very bloody. This is different. This is different. This is very bloody. Oh, I'm loving this music.
Next floor, unless anyone wants... Is there anything to be gained by searching here, or...?
Continue on.
I've got anything to loot.
Okay, just going to ignore the big pile of guts on the floor and the strange symbol.
I was going to say, could Brother David maybe try and decipher from his occult knowledge what it could be?
Yeah, would we recognise that it was a symbol and not just a pile of remains on the floor?
I would say it looks like what you see on the map. It looks like this very intricate geometric circular interlocking circles, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell what it. You probably wouldn't be able to know what it means, Brother David.
Can I just pick it a bit so it's not in a nice tape anymore?
You can do.
Give it a bit of a kick.
You give it a kick, and as soon as you do so, something crawls out from the middle of it.
Oh, great.
It's one of those flappy, devilly, flying skin things again.
This hardly seems fair that I get that. After all my noble deeds. Can I stab it, or is it going to...
Well, it's going to go first. It is going to go first. I'm not going to do the combat because it's just one, and it hopefully should be over very, very quickly, he says. It's going to try and flap and attack the person who summoned it, so it's going to try and attack Renault. Let's see. In fact, it's going to... Ooh. You see it flap up on these raggedy, torn wings, and it drops something out of its belly, and it's going to throw it at Renault.
What?
However, you don't need to do anything because it actually rolled 100 on the dice, and it just sails over your head, and you can hear you can smell this foul corruption, this foul stench as it impacts on the wall behind you.
Yeah.
But it is now. It's all the 70s, so I'm going to say Renault can go first because he was the one to take action.
I'm going to scream in a un-Renault fashion, in a very sort of high pitch, scaredy cat. But then I am going to try and smash it to bits with my sword.
Okay. Oh, I would like people to make a sanity roll as well before this happens. So I keep forgetting that.
I got a regular 60 versus 71.
Regular. That's good.
That's fine.
Regular. Everybody got regular. Everybody passed. Everybody takes 1 point of sanity.
It's like this is just a everyday occurrence.
Yeah,
by now, yeah. And quite frankly, Renault, what do you want to do? It is dead, but how do you want it to be dead?
I want to hit it with the pommel.
Yep.
The sword. Then so it falls to the ground, and then I'm just gonna stamp on it repeatedly.
It just bursts the ones outside. It just bursts into a shower of blood. Again, no bones or anything. Then you see more of this patchwork skin making it up. But yeah, it does burst like a balloon.
No. Did I manage to disrupt that shape?
You did, yes. That was what caused it to appear.
I was happy killing Byzantines and, good up potato. I don't like all this business.
These creatures seem to be becoming more rampant.
They don't have anything to steal, to loot. Which,
maybe that's not the people's and the Venetians' intention.
And so, do you wish to press on to the next floor?
I think so. Brother David will take the lead here.
Okay, Brother David, you take the lead up to the next floor, and again it's more body parts, skinned body parts, twitching and writhing in this mass on the floor. And it looks like a quarter of the floor has decayed or collapsed, because you can see down to the floor below, to the viscera on the floor below. As you look, some of these things, some of these masses of limbs and body parts, they seem to be moving a bit.
Oh god.
Brother David's just gonna go smack one with his mace.
It just and then just stops moving.
Ugh.
Are there more dead people in here or not?
There are bits of dead people.
Okay, but not the same hanging or...
No, not hanging this time. It's almost like someone was just trying to piece them together just for the fun of it. Just trying to see what he could do. Almost like you would make random things with bricks, only instead of bricks it's...
It's potato head.
Yes. If it wasn't potato or a head or... Yeah.
Ugh, I don't like this place. Let's get this finished as quickly as we can.
Okay. Shall we move on to the next floor? Okay. The fifth floor is somewhat, I would say, incongruous, because what you see is a table laid out, almost like a dining table laid out in the middle of the floor, with several what almost look like sacks or bags on the table, grouped at regular intervals. They look like they're on plates.
Cannibalism, I'm guessing. Served up.
Why don't you go find out, Andre?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I need to roll? Spot hidden or?
Let's roll me a spot hidden. Yeah. You'll get some information for it. So, as you're looking at these, what look like bags or sacks on the table, they are actually made of skin, and you think you see one of them moving slightly with something that's inside it. But the way they're served up, it's almost like they're served up for, like you say, like for dinner.
Oh god, man.
Oh, this place is horrible, Jeff.
Yeah.
Horrors. The thing is, though, I'm just imagining it, in the last episode of the second Blackadder, isn't it? And they're being tortured by you, Laurie. I'm just kind of imagining it's like that.
I mean, like, is there anything to be gained from further exploring these horrible skin bags? We know it's something awful. I'm happy to leave it at that and talk it up as something awful in here and move on.
Yeah. Although one thing would we be able to note if there was any bones in this skin bag, or is it just literally skin?
I can't give you that. If you'd have succeeded your spot hidden, I would be able to give you that.
Okay.
That's all information. But yeah.
I was just connecting whether they were boneless as well, like the creatures.
Oh god, it's not like bloody alien eggs, is it?
That was my thought, was if they were like related to the creatures, if they were.
Oh god.
They were boneless.
Might be a good idea to smash these. Smash.
I just say cut the door. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, brilliant.
Before we leave, because the last two floors have had like this obvious symbolic pattern anyway, is that on the table or on the walls or anything like set out in like the arrangement of things, or
I would say no. This just looks, it almost looks, I say ordinary. If it wasn't for the fact of what's on the table, it could just be like a
everyone would be staying for dinner, except it's not. Yeah, cool.
Brother David's going to smash the moving one.
It bits body parts, and you want to see like an arm with a hand twitching coming out of it.
Yeah, those are body parts.
Next floor? Wonder what was going to be there.
On the next floor, as you crawl up, you see, similar to the third floor, you see like these bits of bodies hanging from the ceiling. Arms, legs, torsos. And you hear, in like the side of the room farthest from you, this crunch, crunch, crunch sound. And you look, and it looks like there's another of those creatures gnawing on the leg, but it doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
I killed the last one.
Yeah, you might be able to. I think if you try and attack it now, you probably get the jump on it.
Sarah asked, is it?
Yeah, is it the same would we recognise it as the same pattern on the floor or on the third floor?
It's not even a pattern on the floor, it's just like a mess of blood on the floor. It's just the fact that there are bodies hanging from the ceiling.
There was a trap star.
Yeah. With that, David notices that the creature hasn't spotted you, so someone's running and attack straight away.
Okay, I won't let you have a sanity roll because you had a sanity roll for the previous one, so I won't make you roll a sanity roll now, so go on then.
Just
Brother David is now hardened to this, I think, pretty much. Oh, yeah, splat. What do you want to
do? Basically, I'm going to just kind of baseball bat with the mace and crash it into the wall. Hit it into the wall.
Splat, yeah. And the stairway up now leads to an actual door that's closed, and it looks like there's a bar across it. So at this stage, I'm going to ask everybody to make a sanity roll for what you've seen in this tower.
Yeah, 77 versus 17, that's a failure.
Failure for Martinus. Oh no, almost a catastrophic failure.
That's 2 passes for David and Eloise.
Okay, if you pass, take 2 points. And I'll come back to it because I think that's just hit something now. So I'll come back to that in a moment. If you failed, that's a 1d6 plus 1 sanity loss.
Lovely.
Because this is just, you almost like feel your guts wrenching at this.
Oh.
3. We'll call that 2 for Andre. It's 1d6 plus 1.
Oh my god.
So, make the intelligence roll.
Everyone who failed, or
Just oh no, you're fine. Your mind is like, you're so focused on getting through, sticking swords into things, remembering your horse downstairs, that you're just like not really taking it in.
Is it because he put his helmet down?
Yes, that's what's that stops him.
Everything properly.
Brother David, how much sanity have you lost compared to, if you look on your character sheet?
Yeah.
To the right of your sanity, there's a little indefinite insanity box.
Yeah.
There's a little number there.
15.
How much sanity have you lost from your between the 2 values?
I had 77 and I've got 62 now. So that is 15 and exactly.
Yeah, so this is, I don't think this is the first time we've had this in this game, but the pressure on your mind has just like completely snapped it. So normally I would ask you for an intelligence roll, but in this case you don't get that. Roll me a d8, or I can choose one for you.
I'll leave fate in the hands of the dice.
Okay.
8.
Let's see what that is. The dice say. There's my sanity table. Here we are. Well, you have a choice of laughing, crying, or screaming.
I'm going to say laughing.
You just like burst out laughing. Roll me a d10. For the next 8 minutes, you just like sink down on the floor, just laughing. All of this is just, I don't know. I feel like we should look at your story as well. What do you think this has done for your beliefs, for your ideology, for your convictions?
I think that it might have more or less broken his religion, like religious fervour, maybe. Like, basically, there is no God, kind of. All there is hell.
Lovely. So, for the next 8 minutes, you are just laughing on the floor. What is everybody else doing while this is happening? As I say, there's a stairway leading up to a door, but the door has been barred with a plank of wood.
So the bar, is that to keep something in, or to keep us out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Like, could we see how to, like, could we just move the bar, or is it?
It looks like it's pretty well set in. It would take I'd say it takes some strength to move it. 2 of you working together could do it no problem, but one of you may have trouble moving it.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna ignore the monk fellow laughing, and Martinus, do you wanna give me a hand here?
yes,
Actually,
yes.
let's wait. Let's think about it. Can we hear anything on the other side of the door?
And make me listen rolls.
And do we want to know if we can hear anything on the other side of the door?
77 versus 20.
Martinus is choose.
Listen, did you say?
Yes, please.
down.
Martinus, maybe it is the atmosphere of the tower that you've just been through. It does, or maybe it's just you can't focus properly, but Renault and Eloise, same with Renault and Eloise, you listen at the door and it sounds like you can hear voices in there. Sounds like chanting and possibly moaning as well. Many voices moaning.
When you say many, we've been in a couple of these rooms now. Like, is it more than the amount of people that would actually fit in the room? I appreciate I may not be able to guess that, but
it's if you listen carefully, you can probably make out at least 3 or 4 distinct voices in there.
Okay.
Probably about this time, Brother David, that you recover from your laughing fit, but your mind is very, very, very on edge.
In any of the places we've been to, was there any like hay or straw or anything like that?
In this tower?
Yeah.
Not that you could see, no.
Or anything that is burned?
There's the robes on the second floor from the dead cultists. There's lots of viscera strewn throughout the tower.
I was wondering if we could try and like smoke these people out. Like rather than us try and burst in, have them have to come out, and then we could like, I think we'll probably need something to like get it going if we've got any like, wine or.
Bear in mind the door is barred. The door is barred as well. It looks like a very thick-set door.
Oh yes, so they wouldn't be able to get out. Well, that's just good at what you said. What do we think, everyone? Do we want to just try and get this bar out of the way and then go in and murder whoever was in there?
Do we actually want them to get out? Why not make them suffer?
Yeah, but I think we go in there, we kill them.
I was going to say, I would think contained is better than letting them out.
I'm not letting them. I mean, we saw people come in here, right? Now, some of them were downstairs dead. There was the captain, the Venetian captain, Ramadi. Ramadi.
Ramadi. You didn't find his body at all, by the way. He was not down there.
So where's he? Like, someone is coming in and out, and it's not. This isn't secure. They might be behind the door right now, but it's not good what's going on here. Like, and I think better we go in there and try and deal with it, because they're doing something in there from the sound of it, whether chanting or ritual or killing some other crew of people.
Yes. Let's send them all out of this living hell into that even worse one.
Hey, Martinus, do you want to help me with the beam, with the bar?
Yes.
I won't make you roll for this, because 2 of you working together, it probably takes a few smashes with your weapons, but you do manage to burst down the door and you enter the final floor, climb up the stairs to the final floor, and what you see is somehow even worse than what you've seen before. In the center of the room is this ring, almost like of wood, a wooden ring, suspended almost on nothing in air, and stretched across it like what we would call a trampoline are skins, various great swathes of skin, and towards the center you can see what looks like faces. eyes bursting forth in this bluish greenish light, mouths moving, and it's from there you can hear the moaning. Standing in front of this horrible thing, which I will ask for a sanity roll in a moment, is the figure stripped to the waist that you recognise as Captain Ramadi. However, as you look at him, it looks like his skin has patchworked of various different colours, various different tones, and the scarring pattern it makes looks like the same five-pointed whip that you've seen before. He is holding in his hand, it looks like a knife, but you can't tell if it's made of stone or it's made of bone. It's reflecting that weird blue-green light. And he turns towards you. So, you've made it at last. I was beginning to think you'd been delayed.
Oh, I think Brother David's just going to charge. Try to knock the knife out of his hand.
Okay, it sounds like we're going to go straight to... Unless anybody else wishes to do anything, that sounds like we're going to go into combat.
All the while.
Do we need to make a sanity roll.
Yes, make me a sanity roll, please, everybody.
Damn it. Well, that's a failure for me.
Yep, and again.
I'm going to say Brother David is immune to sanity loss because you're still laughing hysterically. So you're exempted from the results of this.
I was going to say, it's almost like he's taking joy in the violence at this point.
If you pass the sanity roll, it is 1d3 sanity loss. I'm going to remove this turn. If you fail the sanity roll, it's 1d8.
That was 2.
So, Martinus, you took a whole hit there. You take 8 sanity loss and what's your score? I think you're okay for that, but...
I'm at 59.
Out of...
25.
Sorry, let's have a look. 59. So you're safe, but I will ask you and Andre for intelligence rolls, please. And while you're doing that, I'll set up the turn order.
Oh, hard success.
Hard success. The pressure.
Failure.
So, failure for Andre. Andre, again, you're compartmentalizing everything. Martinus, I need you to you can either roll me a d8 or I can choose one for you.
Okay.
What was the number, please?
That's a 6.
6. Martinus, you have. You pass out. Roll me a d10. Roll me a d10. For 5 minutes. No, Andre, you're fine. You're again, your mind is compartmentalizing itself. And what does this guy get? As Captain Ramadi turns around, can you all make me spot hiddens? Apart from Martinus, can you all make me spot hiddens, please?
Lost the dragon colour. Alright.
Everybody sees it. It looks like the light from this strange thing, this strange frame, this strange altar, reflects off the knife, as I said, but it also seems to reflect off this Ramadi. You see where it plays like across his shoulder, across his arm, across his chest. It seems to shimmer with this kind of blue-green sheen, this blue-green aura. And with that, we're going into combat. Andre, you are up first. What do you wish to do?
How close am I to him? I think I'm going to be.
Probably about 10 feet. You can easily run up to him. Yeah.
And he has a sword, doesn't he?
He has an. Andre has a sword. Yes. So yeah.
Yeah.
You swing your sword. I'm not going to ask you to. I'm going to ask you to roll damage for that. So roll me the. I think it's a D10 plus. Let me just check quickly.
Have a look on combat.
D8. 1d8. D8. Roll me a D8. Yeah. D8 plus D4, because that's your damage bonus. So and roll a D4 as well, please.
There you go. 7.
You swing your sword at this Ramadi, and again, as I said, he strips to the waist, showing his bare torso. But as your sword hits, it hits something solid. Almost like it's hit stone or something. And it just bounces off. Renault.
Right, what I want to do is try and grab this guy, throw him out of the room,
Okay.
and tumble down the stairs.
We'll start with. We'll have to make. If you do this, you'll have to make this multi-turn action. So for the first turn, you're going to try and grab him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Make me a fighting brawl check, please.
So I think he's getting some power from this thing that's in there, so I want to get him out. So, hard success.
Okay, he got a regular success, so he is. You have him grappled. But as I say, as you're grappling him, it almost feels. It almost feels like it's rock, and in fact, yeah. Can you roll me a D6, please?
Boo. Worst kind of injustice against me. 2.
As you're grappling him in this big bear hug or something, I guess.
Yeah.
Describe it to me quickly. Just.
I want to try and like a full Nelson where you try and get the arms over the head so they can't really do much with the hands.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there's going to be some consequence to it.
Well, as you do that, the force of it, you feel like you're hanging onto his left arm. You feel like something in his left arm give or move.
God!
And as you look at it, it's now no longer a bare arm. It's covered with some sort of armor, but armor that looks like it's made of this bluey green shimmering ceramic.
Oh, that's bad. Is this guy the thing we've been putting together? Is that this guy?
Well, he is. Well,
like,
let's
got stuff from Paris and whatnot.
Let's move on to the next person, Martinus. You're still. I'll say that you come around from your feint. I'll let you, but you will have to take an action. If you attack, you have to attack him with a penalty dice.
Okay.
But as you see, Renault has him in a grapple, and you see that his left arm has now become this sort of bluish ceramic sort of armor.
Okay, I'll attack.
Okay, make the attack with your sword.
Damn it.
Sadly not. No, it just bounces off the armor.
Can you spend luck on that?
You can spend luck on it if you wish to.
Okay. I'll spend luck.
Okay, are you going to try? What are you specifically attacking? The arm, or are you just like swinging wildly?
The arm.
You attack the arm and you strike it true, and it looks like the armor falls away and clatters on the floor, and what's left is a bare, somewhat scrawny, shriveled arm underneath it. With that, we will move to Eloise.
So, if I wanted to attack this weird altar with the moaning faces and things like that, would I be able to get round? Like, I'm not going to trigger an attack of opportunity or anything to come round.
Attacks of opportunity aren't really a thing in this, but you can like, try and get around it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to try and get round and attack the altar with my knife.
Try and slash at the altar. I'll allow you to do that. Yep. Make me your knife roll as you try and slash around.
Oh, sorry, it's a dagger, not a knife.
Yep. Either way. You do stick your dagger in, and you manage to cause a gash along it. But as you do so, make me a spot hidden. You're not quite sure, but you think you see a shadow start to appear in this altar. But you're not quite sure what it is. You can't see any more than that.
Cool.
Ramadi is now going to try and break free of. Actually, no. While he's up there, while you've still got him, he's going to try and bring his other arm around, his right arm around, which has his knife in it, and he's going to try and use it to stab Renault. So Renault, you have the choice of trying to, if you fight back, we'll say that the fight back is trying to hold him even firmer, or you can try and dodge, let him go and dodge. Or
would that still be brawl if I was?
That would still be brawl, yeah.
Oh my god. I'll go for dodge. I'll just try and like pin him round so he can't get a good.
Okay. I would say if he succeeds, if he beats you in the attack, not only will he hit you, he will wriggle out of your grasp because you're now no longer focusing yet.
Fair enough.
Okay, so roll your dodge.
Aye.
So, how does a 0-4 treat you?
How does what say?
0-4.
Oh, that's what you rolled.
That's what he rolled. Yes.
Yeah, Don't pass blame onto him, Jeff. This is you doing it.
So
that's bad.
So he strikes you with this knife for 16 points of damage.
This is some weird fancy
and
knife.
Even worse than that, it just goes straight through your armor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got all of 14 hit points. He's not taking this until this moment.
Yeah, he has just like completely cut across you. I'm afraid Sir Renault of Flanders is dead.
No.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Powerful.
He is.
Brother David.
Yeah. Okay. So I have been planning to try and disarm him, but
I'm just going to go straight for the head now.
Okay. You will get a bonus die on this because he is attacked. He has already tried to defend himself. He is attacked. He is now technically in the rules. He is now outnumbered.
Okay.
So you get
two dice take the higher, isn't it?
Two dice take if it's advantage. If it's bonus die, it should be 2 dice take the lower.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yep. Take the 42, and again he just. Sorry, do you want to spend luck on that?
How much luck have I got? Yes, I'll spend some luck on that.
How much luck do you want to spend on that? If you make it into a hard, you'll have a benefit.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to do.
You swing your mace around at his head, and again you hear like this clunk of hitting something solid.
Yeah.
And as you look, his head is now this ceramic blue mask.
And how much would I need to spend on that?
That would be 12 points of luck to spend that. Andre. Yeah. Andre, as you see Ramadi standing over the body of Renaud of Flanders, you see his head is now this strange bluey ceramic thing, but his arm is scrawny. His left arm is scrawny, as if it's just a normal arm. What do you wish to do?
Sorry, was that me?
That's you, yeah. Yeah, it's your turn for the attack.
Yeah. Sorry, my pump was distracting me.
Okay.
So, obviously the sword didn't work hitting him. Would it be helpful if I also tried to grapple him? We're trying to get him out of the room?
What I will say, it looks like whatever this strange armor is that he's been wearing, it's now no longer on his left arm. His left arm is now completely defenseless.
So I could try pinning him with the sword.
Yes, yeah.
Again on that left arm.
Extreme success, yes. That is a full 8 points of damage. In fact, if you're pinning it, that means you're thrusting it forward. We'll call that an impale. Roll a d8. So you thrust forward into his arm, just like stab him in the shoulder, and that is enough to like pin him to the floor, and underneath your sword his body starts to sizzle and decay. The head falls off and shows this shriveled head underneath. You see the torso turn into this cerulean torso. You see the legs turn into these blue ceramic legs, and this body just kind of disintegrates in front of you. Before his body completely collapses, his mouth gibbers, "A curse on this stinking crusade," before it too disintegrates into corruption and death. And with that, the fight is over, and even the altar, the strange portal, disappears, just like disappears. All that is left are the 6 pieces of this armor he was wearing and the strange knife he was carrying. And the body of Renaud of Flanders.
Saint Renaud. I want that. That's what I want for this. Saint Renaud with a church.
And this strange oppressive atmosphere that you felt in the tower ever since you entered, gone completely.
Can I go over to the armor and try and break it? So it's in bits, one of the bits of it, go and...
It's in the 6 pieces already, 2 arms, 2 legs, torso and head.
Can I try and break the torso?
You
Throw it at
try
the wall,
and
something like that?
you try and stab it with your knife and try and break it, but it just does not break at all. It is impregnable.
Was not without casualties.
In fact, if I remember rightly, you think that maybe you should bring this back to keep it out of evil hands again. Bring it back somewhere safe. Sorry.
I'll dispose of this. Probably best out of hands like Ramadi.
Just wondering if Boniface asked you to bring him back any artifacts that you found along the way. Is that one of your orders? Yeah. So you've got the pieces of the armor and the dagger. You could take them back to Boniface. He would be able to.
I thought it was Baldwin that were.
Not Boniface, Baldwin. You're absolutely right. You could take them back to Baldwin. He would be willing to ensure that they are kept safe, because you don't want these hanging around.
I know I'm dead from beyond the grave.
A voice echoes.
Yeah, maybe like separate them. Like, you know, we've got a bunch of ships here, we're all going places. Maybe we should, you know, because like Baldwin's mint, right? Like properly mint, but maybe no one should have all these bits.
Yeah, that's fair.
So take them, if you have to, might probably have to take them back to Baldwin anyway, so to organise that. And Baldwin congratulates those of you who come back. I believe there's talk of baronies for people as well. I believe that came up in conversation. This is a shame of Renaud of Flanders, but he will be honoured. And he looks at the items that you brought, and he says, Merrivac would be interested in these. He would be interested in studying these.
Yes, I thought the same.
Perhaps we should give them to him. And he looks at the knife, and you see this knife, and it just like shines in the light. He goes, this will make a fine addition to our armoury.
I believe the bits of the armour should be not kept together. They seem to have some sort of strange power.
Oh, I agree completely from what you said, but it'd be good to have them studied first to see if there's anything that can be gleaned from them, and Merrivac is the best person to do that. I will send them to Merrivac for study. Unless one of you would like to accompany them.
I think best, maybe.
Okay, who would like to accompany Merrivac as he studies the armor?
Brother David will go.
Brother David will go. Okay. So you're rowed out again. A well-known route this time as you're rowed out. I should move us back to the. I'll move us back to the Constantinople map quickly while we're doing this. You are rowed out a familiar route out to the leper ship, the Pestis, and the rest of you are spending the night in your camp. An uneasy night in your camp. You have succeeded, but at a great cost. Brother David, you spend the night with Brother Merrivac looking over these pieces of armor, studying them. And it probably gets to about just after midnight. And you're looking at one of the pieces, the left arm. And as you look at it, it more and more looks like your own left arm. Same length, same size, same shape of hand. And you look across to Brother Merrivac, a question on your lips. Brother Merrivac is holding the head, looking at the head, face on. And you see that his scarf has slipped. His shawl has slipped, showing his face. And you do not see the leper-ravaged face of someone who is mortally ill. You see a face that is pale, that is white hair, that is bloodshot eyes, and it seems to be sneering, and you can see pointed teeth, and he turns to look at you, this sneer on his face. Can you make me a power roll, please? Fumble!
Oh no! You couldn't trust that guy. I knew.
You feel his eyes burn into your mind. You are paralyzed there, unable to move. The next morning, you are all, the three of you, Andre, Martinus, and Eloise, are summoned shortly after dawn to Baldwin's camp. Brother David is not there with you. When you arrive there, you see Count Baldwin pacing up and down in his room. In one hand he holds this strange stone knife, holding it so tightly it's like his knuckles are whitening from his grip on it. In his other hand is flexing in agitation. He turns to you and he says, I have very grave news, my friends. And you see his eyes, and there's anger in his eyes. Brother Merrivac has betrayed us. during the night, he took the pieces of that statue and he left. He fled the city. My men went over there this morning, found no trace of him. But there's worse. Every single leper on that ship was found dead, slaughtered, their bodies drained of blood. And the worst of it is, Brother David's body was found, his throat torn out, impaled on top of the mainmast. My friends, I have a new charge for you. I want you to find this Merivak, this abomination, this evil one, wherever he is. Find him, hunt him down, exterminate him from the face of the earth. Whatever it takes, wherever you have to go, do this. Find him for Brother David and for Sir Noah Flanders. Do you accept this charge?
Yes.
Yeah, I certainly do.
I do, but I believe this could have been averted by not keeping these pieces together.
Be that as it may, this situation has changed. I wish you Godspeed. And that is where the manuscript comes to an end. There is one final page, Nancy, as you're reading this, there is one final page for you to read. If you would read this, please.
I'm just putting it out there, Nancy takes this as blatant sexism that she didn't get an apology because she told them so. I don't know what you're laughing at, Jeff. She's furious. Extract from the Devil's Simula, or the True Chronicles of the Evil of the Fourth Crusade in Latin. Thus it can be seen that human evil was not at the heart of the Sack of Constantinople in 1204, but foul and monstrous devilry. That excellent knight, soon to be Emperor of the Latin Empire, Count Baldwin, did note this and sent his best knights and servants forth. They uncovered a foul plot to bring the iniquities of Satan upon the Crusaders and Greeks alike, at whose heart lay a debased Turk, Sedefkar, and his satanic implements, a statue that could allow one to assume the likeness of any man, prepared by human skin and called the Devil's Simula, and a foul knife, the Serpent's Claw, able to inflict terrible wounds while besotting the wielder with its evil. The statue was stolen by the leper monk Merivak, known in the East as Evil One, and revealed to be a creature of Satan himself. But the Turk was killed, and the Count sent the knife safely with stalwart allies to the city of Zara, so it might be seen that good had triumphed. But in his iniquity, the Turk had voiced a curse upon the European leaders of the Crusade that within a few years came about, and Emperor Baldwin was soon captured, tortured, and killed by the Bulgars, who also beheaded Boniface, the other leader of the Crusade. The Venetian Doge also died soon after, his body remaining in Constantinople. Within a few years, even the Pope had died. Even the Latin Empire itself fell to the Greeks in 1261.
And there's one final piece of information, and I was wondering whether or not to give you this, but I will give you this. The translation that you are reading was translated by Giovanni Benedetti in Venice, and two of the words in there he seemed to have trouble translating. The word Serpent's Claw was underlined with a question mark near it, and in the margin was written the words Mims Sahis, which I'll write down in the chat for you. And the other word that he seemed to have trouble with was the Evil One, and there's another word written in the margin. I did check this before we started. Can someone do a Google Translate of English to Turkish for the word evil, please? Brian, would you do that for us, please?
Yes, but proper Google Translate, not...
Whichever Google Translate it, just the straight up Google Translate would probably work just fine.
Certainly that's German. Let me switch it over to Turkish.
And just the word evil, see if this comes up.
Oh my god. Benelek.
Benelek?
The vampire count who had dealings with killed Mercy, killed David, like Brother David,
Right.
So, the antagonist,
Yes.
or one of.
And Nancy, what do you do with this information now that you've read this scroll, the Il Simulare di Diablo?
This is the first mention we've had of the Serpent's Claw, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, I haven't. There. I will share it with the party, together with the information about the difficulties in translating. Yeah, no, I will.
Mm-hmm.
But not in one of the... It'll have to be in someone's room, it'll have to be at some point private, not in the dining car or anything like that.
Okay, you can have a discussion about it now if you wish.
Behold.
Maya's drunk.
Oh, it's a cracking story.
Oh God, Clara's going to be drunk as well.
A little bit drunk.
Nancy does not have this discussion. It's only one night we're on the train, isn't it?
In fact, it's not even a night that you're on the train. The train is going to pull in very shortly into Trieste.
Okay, well, I'm not doing it while we're on the train and everyone's drunk.
Okay.
It's a morning conversation.
I don't know why you think you won't be drunk in the morning. Sorry.
I think you'll take it much better when you're sort of semi-hungover / semi-drunk.
With that, the conductor comes down the hall. Next stop, Trieste. Passengers for Trieste. Trieste is our next stop. Please have your luggage ready for disembarking. The next stop is Trieste. We will be stopping at Trieste for about 20 minutes. Please be ready to disembark.
Are we doing anything in Trieste?
Always check that hand up.
That's what I'm looking at. Oh yes, yeah. We are. We're looking up Johann Winkelmann.
And as the...
So we're not just stopping for 20 minutes then. That's a silly thing to say.
The train is stopping for 20 minutes. As the Orient Express arrives in a cloud of steam at Trieste station, and our investigators, in varying conditions and somewhat worse for wear, get ready for the next chapter of their adventure. That is where we're going to call tonight's session to a close. So, thank you all very much. Let's start with Richard this time.
Wow. I mean, I can't believe you killed Renault. The best one of all of them. He wouldn't have let any of this happen. He knew immediately. Don't trust a person who pretends to be a leper. The bad news. He knew that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was fun getting killed. Fun getting killed in one blow by I hadn't taken a scratch from anything. Not a dragon, not demons, not anything, but that goes in. So really enjoyed that. Looking forward to see what happens next, and very looking forward to the next flashback history bit. But yeah, really, really good, and be nice to be in a place where we've got electricity and medicine and that sort of thing.
Mod cons.
Well, 1920s cons.
Mod cons.
And we'll go with Sarah next.
I enjoyed the gruesomeness. That really did feel like horror. The bits where Richard's character was like kicking the guts on the floor and things were moving out of it. Really, really creepy. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that goes. And I'm now really excited that we're looking for something else too.
What, the knife?
Yes.
Yeah. Robin.
So yeah, very creepy. I this is one of the few times I've actually thought a bit squeamish during one of these games, to be honest. I think something that twigged to me right at the end was when you revealed Merivak to have like all the white skin, and it was like, hang on, we've encountered this person before in the doll clock tower thing, the mannequins. He was the one who went and did the slaughtering then. That was probably my favourite moment.
That's what I love about that. This whole backstory as well, because it's not just like random things. Like is backstory for the actual story for the campaign. That's what I really love about it.
Wishes. I think I'm just glad to be back to playing, or going to be glad to be back to playing the normal characters.
Yeah, get back to that. See what those guys are up to. What shenanigans they can get up to now. Brian.
I really enjoyed how creepy it was. It was very nice. Not to say that the regular stuff isn't creepy, but it feels different with a different setting. Wishes getting back to the regular cast, the main cast, and just a side note here, but out of curiosity, I just put the word evil through Google Translate until I got back to English. Are you guys curious?
Go on. Yep.
He was very angry.
He was very angry. I love
Just
that.
turned it into a whole sentence.
So that's great. And Christy.
Yeah, I liked the House of Horrors. I mean, I've just watched a documentary all about Hammer Horror, which is one of my favourites. So very much nice to go through sort of a gruesome bit. But yeah, some of it did make me squeamish as well, because I don't do eyes. I don't like things to do with eyes.
Okay.
It's doable because I'm not looking at it. It's being explained.
I think that makes a difference as well. Like if it's described, it's like more bearable, somehow better and worse than if you're actually seeing it on screen. I'm like that. I'm a bit like that as well. Yeah.
I'm actually seeing it.
Yeah.
But so and it's been nice to get back on the road on the other campaign, on the present day anyway.
For me, my favourite moment, out of like these last three sessions, was Brian's reaction on looking up Fenlick.
Yeah.
I have been waiting 3 years for that moment.
Oh God.
And I specifically wanted to give it to Brian because I know Brian's very keen on doing Google Translate, and having been through the other campaign of the Reign of Terror as well, I knew Brian wouldn't let me down. So thank you very much for Brian. That was everything I could have hoped for.
You're welcome.
Wishes, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to our characters as well, to the next part in Trieste as well, seeing what happens there. Well, I know what's going to happen there because I've read the thing, but it'd be interesting to see how you approach it, how you guys deal with it as well. So that's going to be really interesting, and yeah, all the good stuff to come. So yeah, with that, it just remains me to say thank you all very much for watching. Please do, if you haven't done so already, please do like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also have a Discord channel. Be able to find the links in the description below. We'll be able to talk about this and any of our other games. And yeah, it just remains for me to say we will see you when we return next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.